Stephanie Miller from Blue Avenue Music Group, and I'm sitting in today for another episode of Bridging the Gap with the Ries Brothers.
What's up?
And just sitting in with the Kaya, and we're going to ask these guys a bunch of questions this evening.
Yes.
As like right now, who are you? What's up?
Well, I'm Charlie. I'm the drummer, singer, and keyboard bassist in the Ries Brothers, and this is my bro
Kevin. I play guitar and bass, ukulele, background vocals.
And we're the Ries Brothers. We've pretty much been together almost 7 years now. We started when I was high school. I think you were in middle school.
Yeah, 2012 I think was the year.
And we've been cruising the road ever since, basically.
So you said 2012 you started, like,
Yep.
just really basically getting your music out there. And
Yeah, that's I'd say the first few years we were a local band. We started in the Gulf Coast of Florida. Like I said, we were both still in school, so we couldn't really travel yet. So we were just playing the local bar scene, doing cover gigs. We started out playing like Sunday afternoons, like during NFL seasons. Nobody cared about us, you know. They're watching the games. But then like we just discovered this passion for it, and then we both were in other bands with kids our age in the area, but those kind of fell apart. And we said, you know, we're the only ones that really, you know, care about this. We want to go for it, but we can't find someone else our age that has the same drive and passion. Let's just be a duo, you know. And then we were like, we live under the same roof. We can practice whenever we want. We don't have to schedule rehearsals with people. Let's just do it. And then, I mean, I started playing the keyboard bass and to be temporary, just so we could fill in the sound. And then kind of stuck. And we're here 7 years later. We've been full-time touring, I'd say 2 years now.
It's really awesome. Not only you guys are brothers, but a duo in general on the road. Like, you don't really hear of that often. Like,
Not that much,
it's
no.
hard to tour as a solo artist in general without a band, but just you guys have a lot to do and handle when you're out there on the road. So that's really cool.
Appreciate that.
So, introduction into music growing up. Can you tell me some of your favorite bands?
I start?
Well, like, I think the cool thing about our group is that we have very different musical influences.
Yeah, very different.
And we put those together and kind of form what the Ries Brothers sound is. Like, I've grown up loving classic rock and alternative and blues, and Kevin's the huge reggae fan, and we put those two parts together. So, like, for me, the Doors are my favorite band. That's why I play the keyboard bass, because Ray Manzarek played all their bass lines on a keyboard with his left hand while he played regular, like, organ and key parts. So I was just so fascinated by that and thought to take that idea but apply it to the drum set. And now we can fill in the sound, and we didn't have to find a bass player, which we couldn't find back in the day. And then, you know, that took months of practice just to get myself confident enough to play it in front of people, and then started doing the bar scene, and, you know, one thing led to another, and then we stayed a duo all this time. But yeah, the Doors for me, and more modern, Black Keys, Jack White, are some big influences, and then Kevin brings the reggae flair.
Definitely, yeah. I started listening to Jack Johnson when I was like, 12? And then that kind of led me into the reggae scene somehow. And from there, like, once you get into discovering like Slightly Stupid Revolution with the bigger ones, it leads to all the smaller bands, and you discover just the whole amazing world
like
of
this loophole.
yeah. Once you find one band, it's just like, you know, on Spotify, like, you can see the related artists. So I just looked up like Slightly Stupid Revolution, and then you go to all the different artists that are suggested, and then you know, it's all uphill from there. Yeah.
So basically, you guys went from learning covers in your room under the same household and whatnot to playing sold-out shows. So how did you get, like, just basically really your start playing music? It really was like, this is it, we've got to get out there.
There was like a few different things like that basically led us to where we're at today. Starting out playing those bar gigs, you know, first couple years, playing 3 or 4 times a week. Every club, every bar, every restaurant, seafood shack, whatever would take us, you know, when we first started out. Then slowly, like, you know, kind of got a word of mouth going just in our local town. And then started getting, you know, offers locally to open for bigger bands who would come into town. Like, we shout out to Ruth Eggert Hall, which is in Clearwater, for everything they've given us. They've given us opportunities to open for big bands when they come through. We started, you know, opening for like David Cook, Daughtry, Edgar Winter, Firefall, like all these awesome groups when they come through. That we would kind of be like the house band. They would give us a shot, and then randomly at a bar gig in probably like 2013, 14, someone who worked for the band Chicago was at the bar and was digging our set, and basically handed us a business card, and it had the, you know, Peter Chiverly, Chicago management on the card, and we thought this was fake because so many people come up to us at bars saying, "Oh, we can make you big," you know, like they're drunk or whatever. happens to all of us, but this turned out to be real, and we got on a call with him, and then he offered us a show to open for Chicago, and that was in Atlanta, or Orlando and Atlanta. He gave us 2 shots, and we driving back from those, and the one in Atlanta was crazy. It was Ries Brothers, REO Speedwagon in Chicago was the bill. Like that was unreal. And that was one of our first times playing really in front of, you know, people that weren't at a restaurant, basically. Like, you know, we've done a couple small theater openings, but this is a, you know, massive shot. And we were driving home from that gig in Atlanta, and then they offered us the rest of their Southeast tour, which included a stop at the Ryman in Nashville. Like, just, you know, that was our first taste of really what the music business has to offer, and we were just absolutely hooked. And then we just said, you know, no matter how, like, we're gonna get to this level. Like, I don't even, you know, Chicago's obviously incredibly successful, one of the biggest of all time, but we just wanted to know, we just said to ourselves, no matter if we don't get that big, we just want to have a career in music. We want to be able to make a living playing music to people every night. And then, you know, from then on out, we just, one thing led to another. Then we finally got in touch with great management a couple years ago. Shout out to David Parnes. And then we've been hitting the road ever since. You know, G-Love has given us a lot of opportunities. We've done 1 full tour with G-Love and Special Sauce, 2 tours with G-Love solo. Stick Figure gave us a couple openings. We did one with 311. 311 put us on the cruise. So, like, we've been, you know, rolling. We haven't really stopped the last couple years.
Yeah, I've went from hearing you guys, you know, of you guys a little bit or whatnot, just because of being like in the reggae scene and just, you know, how everybody is with that tight knit already, because you start following bands. But to see you guys just like everywhere else has been really, really cool.
Sweet, thank you.
I used to get to catch you guys in Florida. I think the last time was you did the like pre-party
show,
yeah, and I mean the whole outside little venue there was just, everybody was having such a good time. It was packed. Not a soul in there was not vibing out. So you guys definitely have that sound and drive, and I'm really stoked to see you guys out here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. So as far as, how did you figure out that you could play drums, bass on piano, and sing all at the same time?
I mean, like I said, I was obsessed with the Doors growing up, and just watched so much footage of Ray playing the keys, and so I had that ingrained in my head, like what I wanted it to be like, because I knew we had to fill in the sound, but I didn't know how. But I tried to convince my parents to buy me a little keyboard, and they were like, "What, you want to do what?" And I'm like, "No, look, I can do it." And I went to the piano. I had a drumstick. I'm like, "No, I'll do this, and that way we don't have to get a bass player." And they're like, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, we'll let you try it." So I think for Christmas they got me a keyboard that had a great bass setting on it, and started to practice, and then get it to the point where I felt confident enough to do it. And then the first time we did it was at like Krabby Bill's, Indian Rocks Beach, you know, in front of like maybe 20 people, just like on one of those Sundays.
While people were eating food.
People were eating clam chowder. And, but then, I mean, I was probably pretty rocky at the first, but I knew that from then, like, I could do it, so we just had to keep working at it, so.
Definitely. So what was your favorite game to play with your brother when you guys were kids?
We were baseball players.
Yeah.
From like age 5 to 12. So that was pretty much our life.
Would you ever be on the same team?
I think.
'Cause you're close in age, right?
We're
about
3 years older.
3 years older, yeah.
Okay.
But like we did like baseball camps and we would be on the same teams. But besides that, when we were at home, we had like our own wiffle ball league. Kevin and I like made up, and we'd play each other and make up teams, and we'd play like every day. Yeah. So that's the game we played.
I mean, we still travel with our baseball gloves in the van. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so whenever you see an open field.
I know a couple bands that do that. They'll just like pop out and you'll just see like a soccer ball and a basketball fly out the side door. I'm like, all right.
Exactly.
So how do you balance business, tour life, normal life? How's that going?
I mean, touring is what we've always wanted to do. I would always, you know, like when we started out, we were playing like 4 bar gigs a week and still showing up early for school the next day. So like, and then I'd go and watch footage of bands touring and see tour schedules, and I'd be like, I just want to do that. Like, I don't want to wake up in the same town. I want to play a show, then move on to the next town. Like, so touring is what I've always wanted to do. So now that we pretty much on the road full time, I mean, I try not to complain even when it gets tough. I mean, we miss home, but like we always wanted to be out here. So I try not to take anything for granted. You know, long drives, late nights, and early mornings, but it's what we've always wanted to do. So, I mean, so far I think we're balancing it well based on that fact that we just we're having fun out here no matter what.
Yeah.
So
it's like the road becomes your home, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Like once you're in one place for more than a week, you just get anxiety and like, I want to get back out.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I know. Like we'll miss home, but then when we go home, we'll be happy for a week, and then it'll be like, all right, when's the next one? Like.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So who would win in an arm wrestle?
That's
Probably
tough.
Charlie.
Maybe just because I'm older, but you were a better baseball player than me though, so maybe you still
That
have
is
some of
true.
that strength left.
Yeah. So like if who was pitching, who would be able to probably throw the ball farther than as of today, and who younger?
Ooh, you could
Right,
probably
better
pitch
pitch on.
better, and I'd probably hit better.
Maybe other way around.
Really? Yeah. Well, we'll test it out.
Yeah. We'll
Right
have
now.
next interview.
Yeah.
We'll be out on the field.
Yeah.
So what's your like a crazy, funny, or like a really proud moment?
Proud moment.
There's been a few. I mean,
I bet.
like, I think the last couple of birthdays I had, 2018, G-Love sang me happy birthday on stage. 2017, Sugarshack crew sang me happy birthday after we just wrapped up doing Momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've had, just these crazy things. We've met so many amazing people. One of my proudest was definitely playing the pre-party of the 311 cruise. And then Peter, their manager, was in the crowd that night, and he invited us on the cruise that night. And luckily it left out of Tampa, so like we were already home. So we had about 6 hours to drive home, get packed, and then get to the port, and then hop on, play and then they gave us 3 sets on the boat, which is epic. And just like little things have led, to more things and opportunities, and not in the beginning, not taking anything, like not thinking any show was too small or too like just playing everywhere.
Well, you never know who's watching, whose
Yeah.
managers
Exactly.
out there like, hey, we're going on a boat, go home
Yeah.
and get your stuff,
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly right.
it's really awesome when you guys go out there and it doesn't matter if you have 20 in the crowd or you're playing to people eating clam chowder. Somebody is listening, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's really, really cool. So if you weren't playing music as your job and out here touring all the time, what do you see yourself doing?
I'd be still playing baseball, definitely.
Nice.
That was.
That's
It's
a
still
huge-
it's still my second favorite thing in life. So.
I have no idea. Like music's helped me out with a lot of things. Like
And you've been doing it for so long, since
Yeah.
a young age. It's like hard to believe, I bet, like that you could be doing anything else.
yeah,
I don't see you doing anything else, honestly.
yeah. I don't think.
As a fan, I really don't watching you. Like I don't either.
Yeah. Well, thank
And I
you.
hope not, because like I said, I'm so much out here that we're just really, really loving your guys' stuff that you're
I
putting out here.
appreciate that.
Yes. So speaking of that, you guys just got off the tour with Iya Terra.
Yes.
How was that experience?
Oh, that was amazing.
I love those guys, by
yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Iya Terra for bringing us out on the Coming to Light tour. 4-piece band was amazing as well. Got to know the guys really well. Spent a couple months with them. Just super grateful, and we love touring with bands like them because they've put in the work, for years. Like they've been an opener for so many years, and now they're getting the headliner status, which is beautiful to see. But they know what it's like to be an opener, so they treated us super well because they were in our shoes, So that was really cool. Getting to spend time with them. They brought us up on the stage for the encore every night, and it was just
That's really awesome.
big fan.
Yeah, those guys too. They just once they hit the ground running, and then all of a sudden you see them everywhere. So seeing you guys on tour together has just been really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you brought my buddy Noah Prescott from Space Ghost Ghost along with you. Any funny stories with the three of you out on the road together?
Yeah, so the side of our sliding door of the van broke off, like literally came off, and we were in Boston. We didn't think we were gonna make the show because the door was off, but we got like fixed so it was on there, but we couldn't open it, so everyone had to climb through the front to get to the back. So so Noah started playing this like the circus music
theme song.
as he was
Whenever
crawling.
we had to like go in and out of the van, he would blast that stuff. So like they make it a clown car,
That story sounded cooler in my mind.
No, that is a funny story because I know Noah, and that just seems like something he would do. So I get a kick out of it.
I loved everywhere we went. Noah made friends within like 5 seconds. Like he would, he'd go out, maybe 5 minutes ahead of us down into the venue or whatever, or even at a hotel, at a restaurant.
How many times did you find him like rapping, freestyling in a small circle
yeah.
along the
Oh,
way?
yeah.
A lot. Yeah,
A
I
lot,
figured.
Yes, I brought him up every night
Like
in
we're
our
up-
set, and
we're-
I brought him up.
We were having dinner in where is it? Minnesota, and literally like we're having dinner. I turn around and Noah's at a different table with like 5 girls having dinner with them. And we're like, what?
I'm like, no, what do you want?
Yeah.
And then he's already gone.
That's how you do it though. Like he's probably out there like, hey guys, listen to Space Ghost, you know,
Yeah.
plugging himself in.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but then they will. So
Right, exactly.
why not? Dream venue to play.
I mean, it's gotta be Red Rocks. That's like,
Yeah.
you know, the ultimate dream. If we're talking bigger, like maybe SNL would be the ultimate for me.
Yeah.
But
that'd be awesome.
But I'd say just a venue, Red Rocks. But like we're lucky that we live in St. Pete because I hear so many bands say like, even Scott from Styx told me that besides Red Rocks, Janus is like the spot that they love to come
Janus.
play. So we're lucky that it's in our backyard. So
Yeah.
Janus is our favorite spot in the world to play. But of ones we haven't played, then Red Rocks for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been to both, and like I said, those are two of my favorites that I would definitely shout out always. It's just they all have this special little feeling, but something about Janus, it's magical.
It is.
So you recently released a new EP with Sugarshack. Can we get some more information on that, please?
Yeah, it's all of our sessions, so all 6 of them, mixed and mastered by the Sugarshack crew, and it's out on Spotify right now. We absolutely love working with them, and we were, early on in our careers, in our touring careers at least, 2017 we went down there, and we've seen them even blow up way more even since then. So we're super proud of them, and they're only about a couple hours south of us, so they're Florida homies, and we're super proud of everything they've done and everything they do for bands, and it's just this perfect like symbiotic relationship they have with the musicians, and it's so cool. So I'm super proud to be one of the first full Sugarshack EPs to be released, and we love those guys. So.
Yeah, they're awesome. What they have been out here doing for years. I mean, I have a playlist, it's my Sugarshack playlist in general, because it's content-wise, if you're watching on YouTube, but just listening on the road too, like it is, they're good sound, like they just know what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you just announced December 14th you will be playing at, we were just recently
Janus
just talking about
Live,
Janus, and with who?
With our boys Resonated from St. Pete, Florida, just like us, hometown heroes. They were one of the first bands that I would looked up to when we were starting to branch out and maybe try to tour a little more. I was looking, because we didn't know many people in the business, but I knew what bands in our area are doing well. And one of the bands I always saw on tours was Resonated, so I reached out to Kenny. And then he started putting us on some things, so he was one of the first in the area to really introduce us to the local reggae scene. Because we came from that total kind of classic rock. We were opening for jam bands, classic rock bands who came through town, like I said, in the local theater. But we really hadn't branched out into the reggae scene, so they were one of the first to kind of put us in that. So shout out to Resonated. We haven't played Janus with them yet, so this will be cool. Both of us together one night.
I might have to come down for that one.
Yeah, you should.
I love Resonated.
Yeah, that's going to be a badass
like I said,
show.
Janus in general, it'd be nice to escape the cold for a little bit up here and head down to Florida. So, we have a call coming in from our OG interviewer for the Kaya with our OG question, and she wants to know.
What's up? It's your girl Sid from Bridging the Gap, the Kaya. I wish I could be with you in Charlotte, but Ries Brothers, Kevin and Charlie, I have a very important question for you. Hard or soft tacos? Let the battle begin.
Soft.
Yeah,
I never
preferably
eat hard.
corn tortillas, but yeah.
Flour.
Corn all the way.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Nice. So, what's going on? What's coming up? Is there anything that you can share with us that you're excited about?
Yeah, we're just really stoked on 2020. We're going to have new singles dropping soon, a brand new studio album out soon, full length, and then February we're going to hit the road with Iration.
Oh,
March,
wow. Nice.
I'm fucking stoked. March, you can catch us at Reggae Rise of Florida.
Oh man, I will. I'll be down there. That's when we always see each other is Reggae Rise.
Yes.
That's a good thing going down there for sure.
Oh yes.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much for sitting in today.
Thank you for
If you
having
just
us.
want to take this time to plug in your socials so the Kaya fam can reach out to the Ries Brothers.
Yeah, everything's at Ries Brothers, RIES Brothers. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us on Spotify. We're on YouTube, Apple Music, everywhere. Online music is sold.
All dates are on RiesBrothers.com. Lots more tour dates to come.
Awesome. And again, thank you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I sit on living like balloons and thoughts, stirring up the pain and without the sorrow. We keep on moving for a